Welcome back. We are talking $1 million careers. As always, I've got my good friend Rob Houghton with me. Rob is the founder, the president of MR Fairfax, and he has been an executive recruiter in the Washington D.C. metro area for 20 some years. Rob has got a great background. He's been a company owner. He's bought and sold a couple companies. He's done a lot of work with the special forces and the military. And it's always fun to have you back and talk about these common issues we see, Rob. So thanks for taking a Sunday and coming on.
Yeah, thanks, Craig. It's always good to see you, and happy to be here to participate.
So let's talk about recruiting in today's day and age. And you're seeing it, and I'm seeing it. It is the craziest. I think it is the craziest job market we will ever see in our lifetime right now.
Yeah, it's very, very challenging for everyone. It's very challenging for the candidates because they're not sure when they should make a move, why they should make a move. You know, after all, we're expecting them to exchange a known for an unknown. So whenever you do that, there better be a good reason. And on the client side, it's getting expensive, man. I mean, I'm seeing salaries going up 20% inside of a year. It's insane, man.
Yep. I just placed a person. By the time this airs, he'll be on board. I just placed a fellow and I got him I don't know if I want to say this or not, $100,000 pay raise.
Yeah.
He did not know what he was worth. He had no idea what he was worth. And, you know, you are worth a whole lot more than you think you are. And we went out and, you know, he's going to start a new role, and he will be making $100,000 more in his new role than he was currently making. I mean, that's a nice, you know, but that's the way, that's the industry we're in right now. And it's all good. But but here's what I think about. Like when I talk about recruiting, I'm seeing companies make the same mistakes. It's a job. You know, it's a job. They don't understand that the person or people they're recruiting don't want jobs. They want careers. It's kind of like, you remember the old Navy advertisement?
Yeah.
It's not just a job, it's an adventure.
Yeah, exactly.
And literally, you know, that's, hey, look, you know, I think the Navy does some of the coolest advertising in the world. You know, it's, you know, jets being shot off of aircraft carriers and Navy SEALs. And you're thinking, hey, look, that gets people excited about the Navy mission. Yeah. Companies aren't doing that.
It's like Army Special Forces too. I mean, the Green Beret, you know, I mean, it's just
Army of one. An army
of
ethos.
One. Yeah.
Ethos.
It's an ethos. It's
the best you can be, right? And you know, I see companies out there, they send out these they're like, yeah, we've been looking for this position forever. And I'm like, all right, well, let me see what's your position description look like? And it is horribly worded. Like, you know, what the hell is this? It's horribly worded. It's very vanilla. It's a job. And you're like, well, what do you think? Why you guys write this very unexciting thing about your company? And you expect people to get excited about you? Why? You're generic. You're nothing. You're a zero. Why would really good people get excited if you can't get excited about yourself?
Yeah, I've got a client who started something a couple of years ago, which I think is really smart. At the beginning of the job description, they write the opportunity.
Yep.
And there's where you hook them. The opportunity to work for, you know, a top 10 nationwide firm growing at 35% a year and come join our special forces of insurance. You know what I mean? So.
Yep. But it's not just that. It's, we need you to help us grow 35%.
Yeah.
You know, people can get excited about it. Oh, you need me to help you do something. Yeah. I can get excited about that.
Yeah. You may need to help you build and grow a first-class organization.
Yes.
That gets people excited. Everybody wants to build and grow.
Be a part of us and help us grow. Help us get there. You know, it's exciting. You know, that's the exciting thing. And I think that, you know, you wrote a blog on this a while back, and I'll put it up there. I'll put it on the show notes. You kind of talked about transparency, about how companies need transparency in the recruiting process.
Yeah. I mean, it all starts from the website. It all starts from the mission statement. It all starts from the job description. It starts from that first interview, because as you know, Craig, all we can do is really put the person in play. We give the client a ticket to the dance, but once
Mhm.
the client interfaces with the candidate, it's on them to really provide that transparency, like who we really are. Very
Yep.
important.
This goes down to stupid HR tricks. And it was one
Yeah.
of the funniest conversations I ever had. And it was if you wanted a billboard or the Super Bowl of how not to recruit somebody. So this fella goes over to, it's a big company too. And they really needed a senior program manager. This goes back 12 years, 10, 12 years ago. It was really funny. And the HR person has this candidate sit in the middle of a room, literally in the middle of the room, and they put chairs all around him. And in the chairs, they had all the people in the company, and they had 3x5 cards. And on each 3x5 card was a question. What are your goals? Yeah. Tell us about yourself. And the guy realized, he literally said, I was there 50. He calls me up. He goes, Craig, you're kidding me. I'm like, well, tell me what happened. And he goes, this is what happened. I said, what'd you do? He goes, for about 10 minutes, I played their reindeer games. And then it just snapped. This isn't where I want to be.
Yeah.
So I got up and I ended the interview. And I was laughing. I said, good for you. He goes, yeah, I got up. And I just said, hey, guys, this is going nowhere. I'm out.
Yeah, exactly.
Job versus career.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, they have to recruit the candidate. You don't sit there and just poke the bear and just ask them questions. You have to recruit these people, because these people are not your C players, B players,
right?
On Indeed or Monster.com, whatever the hell people use these days. These are mostly passive candidates who are relatively happy. You better have something really good to offer. You better be transparent.
Absolutely.
You better have, because what these people do now is they will go on to Glassdoor, they will go on to Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and they will research the hell out of your company. And if you're a bunch of dopes, they're going to find that out really quickly.
Yep.
You're not going to be able to attract the A talent. And as you know, if you want to build and grow your business, if you really want to scale and beat your competitor, you need A+ talent. That's why you hire us, right? So you and I could deliver the A+ talent, but
yep.
If there's no transparency, there's no respect, there's no purpose, forget it. Those are you know what I do? I fire those clients. I fire them. I say, I'm sorry, I can't help you because I'm just wasting my time.
There's power in saying no. If companies are not paying the market, there's no sense. I'm not going to waste my time.
But you know what? It goes beyond paying the market. I
agree.
You know what? And I think you know this too, but my clients are able to recruit people based on qualitative reasons, not quantitative. Because if it's quantitative, it's just about money. Some other recruiter is going to come along and offer them something higher, or they're just going to be after the money. I tell my clients, I mean, you got to have a story, and you got to have a purpose, and you got to, because these people are exchanging a known for an unknown. It's not just about money. These people have families,
Well, you think about and you're absolutely right. It's not about money. It's absolutely not about money. People are banging, Elon Musk. People love the SpaceX Tesla mission. They want to be a part of that.
Jesus.
They're not having a problem. Amazon is really having a great time recruiting. Amazon is, its culture is tough, but it's recruiting tough people.
Right.
And you're like, whoa, it's, GE is having a brain drain. GE can't keep its good people now because they screwed it all up. Immelt had really good people who he didn't listen to, and then he screwed it all up. So they're gone. I'm trying to think of some other companies. There's some other companies I see out there. I'm like, wow, how'd you get that guy? I'm like, yeah, it's pretty impressive.
There's probably a lot of people that would work for Elon Musk for free. I'll guarantee you there's people that would work for him for free.
Maybe.
You know, I mean, a young guy out of college, you know, really, really smart. He may say, hey, that's the guy I want to, I want to hook my sail to, man, you know,
Think about what SpaceX has done. You think about Elon Musk.
or Branson's another guy, you know,
Yeah.
yeah, same thing. Yeah.
I love Elon Musk. The politicians hate the guy.
Yeah.
They
I love
hate
him
him.
too, man.
They hate him.
Yeah.
But you think about Ukraine, and the internet's out of Ukraine. Within 24 hours, he fixed that.
Yeah.
It's like Starlink.
Yeah. It's great. I love it.
Okay.
Man.
It's like, all right. So, but you think about the mission of SpaceX. You think about the mission of Tesla.
Yeah.
General Motors became, and Ford, the big three automakers, became very fat, dumb, happy, staid companies. And then Tesla comes along, and all of a sudden now it's, nine times, it's fun.
I told you the story about when on one of the previous $1 Million careers. I told the story about how I met Bill Gates in Tokyo,
Yep.
right? Remember how I described it? Boring, plain vanilla.
Yep.
A guy that I just came across as just totally unimpressive. I mean, obviously a smart, successful guy, but personality-wise, culture-wise, I mean, boring, you know?
Mhm.
So then I think I told you in a separate show when I was over in Nairobi, Kenya, when Branson and Gates showed up at the Millennial, and my company was in charge of hooking up the radio tower so that they could broadcast, right? I remember to this day, the crowd that was literally pushing and shoving to get a piece of Richard Branson.
Mm-hmm.
And Gates was kind of standing over to the side with a few of his consigliere, acolytes,
Mhm.
his guys. There's just a handful of them. But Branson was like a magnet, man. And it goes exactly to your point.
Mhm.
Branson, that's the guy with the messaging.
Mhm.
He's like Musk. Everybody wants to work for Branson. It's exciting. It's adventurous.
Yep.
He's a cool dude. That's opportunity, man. That's
Mhm.
fun. That's not a job. That's not even a career. That's like a vocation, man.
Mhm.
And Gates, just Microsoft, as boring as you could possibly be.
Right.
That right there was very illustrative.
It was until the new CEOs, until what Nadella came in.
Exactly. The whole thing changed.
Humble leader who's like,
Yeah.
we're gonna rule the world. And
Exactly.
you look at Microsoft. You look at Microsoft now, but I think every company, we talk about transparency, and we'll move on to the next thing. But every company, every week, they're talking. Everybody talks about a diversity officer in their companies now, inclusion, diversity. I think there needs to be a people excitement officer. What is our brand? What is our brand? What do we jump up? Why do we come to work every day? What do we jump up and down? Even if you're selling boring stuff, you could be jumping up and down and saying, we're going to be the best at boring stuff, and we're going to make it cool, and we're going to make it fun, and we're going to recruit really cool people to do it. And that's where companies miss the boat.
That's a great point. A people excitement officer.
People excitement officer. Why
That's what you need, man. That's a great idea, man. Jesus.
Let's just keep our employees engaged. Let's try to become in our industry the employer of choice. Why do people not want to play for the Detroit Lions? Because they suck, and they've always sucked, and they don't want to win Super Bowls.
Exactly.
But you go over to Tampa Bay, we're going for Brady and Gronk.
Or the Rams.
We're going to go the Rams.
Yeah.
We're going to go for the best. We want to get the best players. We want to be, we want to win Super Bowls.
Exactly.
Do you want to be a player for the team where career, do you want to be somebody at the company where careers go to die?
Yep.
Or do you want to be at the company where, hey, if I have this on my resume, everybody recognizes I am the best of the best. So
you're right, man.
That's it.
Hey, you know what I think another one is?
What's that?
Respect. And I'll tell you why. The reason why I think is, anyways, I've got 3 sons who are in their 30s, relatively early in their professional careers. And they're on the internet like everyone else. But just in talking with them and their friends and people in that age group, the internet, the chat rooms, job boards, all these stuff, they're scary places, man. I mean, we don't live in a civil society any longer. It's really scary out there, particularly for certain segments of the population. And you know what people crave now is just to be respected. If they can just get some respect from somebody, because
Mhm.
the internet is a disrespectful place. So you put
Mhm.
somebody in a job in a company, if their boss is respectful to them, you know how huge that is?
Yep.
I mean, just to be afforded just a minimal amount of respect in an organization is
Mhm.
really, it is really a premium. I mean, and respect can be just a pat on the back. You do a good job and your boss comes by and says, "Hey, Rob," or "Hey, Jim," "Hey, Sally," that was a really good presentation. I really appreciate the work you put into that. That's
Mhm.
really cool. Almost nobody gets that anymore. I mean, just to show simple respect is huge for people in that age group.
Here's where, so respect is huge. And it comes into, it's a mutual trust. When you find a really good and person who's in your organization, you give them some latitude. And it might be, hey, look, you're in the office, we'd like you to show up to the office, but if you can do this from home and get the same results, we trust you to do that. It's not, we're not going to go over your expense accounts with a microscope. If you're traveling on the company and you go get a nice dinner, if you've been traveling on the company for a week and you go get a nice dinner, we respect the fact that you've been away from your family
Yeah, exactly.
and on the road, and you went and got a dinner, nice dinner with a bottle of wine, and we paid for it. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for your efforts to go. Thank you for being away from your family. That's what the respect comes down to.
Yeah, absolutely.
And when you have that culture, it changes games.
Absolutely. Yeah. The other thing too is, and we talked about this before we got on the show, is, it used to be to compete, you needed the best products, the best machinery, the best process, the best marketing. Now it's all about talent. You've got to have the best talent.
Mhm.
So sometimes a company has to go out and get top talent. And as you said before, sometimes you got to pay for it.
Yep.
Sometimes you do have to pay a premium for people. Even if you upset the status quo within your company, it's up to you as a leader to figure out how to explain that to other people. We had to bring in this big hitter. And sometimes you just got to do that. I hear from HR all the time, well, Rob, we did a Marshberry survey, or was it a salary survey, or Glassdoor, whatever the hell these guys use. And the budget for that position it's 115, and this person's asking for 122. I mean, it's not within
like
the band. I'm
7,000.
like, come on, that's for a C player. Are all these A players? Are all this?
Yeah.
I mean, come on, are you out of your freaking mind, man?
That's
Pay the person.
That's when the question is, $7,000 going to make a difference in your life? And the answer,
Exactly.
no. You're 50 or $100 million company. Is $7,000 extra for this person going to make a difference in your life? No. It's funny. So I went up last week. I won't talk about who. I met with somebody and got a great business. He's got a great business. I spent 3 hours with him touring the business, plus another hour at lunch. And I was like, just sitting there in awe. And I'm like, okay, so what do you want? He goes, I want somebody who can help me 5X this thing. Look at him. Okay. He's already got a solid business reputation. He's well known, but he's doing some stuff with his life. And he goes, I want somebody who can help me 5X this thing. All right. What do you think that person, it comes down to, he goes, Craig, people don't build wealth getting jobs. He goes, I want somebody who wants to be wealthy.
Yeah.
Somebody who wants to be wealthy. If they come in and help me 5X this thing, they'll be wealthy.
There's owners and there's temps.
And I had another conversation. I just signed up a search, C-level search with a company, talking to the CEO founder. And I said, all right, what have you guys been budgeting for this role? And it's a C-level role. He answers me back. He's the absolute right answer. You bring me the right person and we know that they're the right person, we will figure out what to pay them, and we'll pay them what it takes to get them on board.
Smart, man.
They're looking at it like a stock. They're looking at it like an investment. We'll pay a little bit of a premium for the person because we know that we're going to get huge ROI.
Yeah.
Smart
Client, man. I
It's
love those clients like that.
That's the difference between companies that are offering jobs and companies that are offering the difference.
Yeah.
What's it going to take? So, but I think that's about respect too. We respect what this person brings to the table.
Yeah. And, what you talked about, I think I'm just going to follow up on what you just said. But the other thing that came through with just that little vignette that you told is that guy has purpose.
Mhm.
I want to grow this baby 5 times. I want to do this. That's how you recruit the heavy hitters. You have to have purpose.
Yep.
Like, what are we doing? Where do I want to go from here? 5 times growth. I want to build and grow. I want to scale, do this, do this, do this. That's how you're,
Yep.
Your top talent wants to hear that. If there's no purpose, then why am I going to exchange a known for an unknown?
So there's an executive coach out of Dallas. His name is Bill Koch. And Bill is the former CEO of AMR Combs.
Oh, wow.
And he's been on a couple of my podcasts. Great guy. And he is doing a lot of coaching for Apple, American Airlines, Microsoft, some of your big name companies. And what he's been telling me the last couple of conversations is that all the people who are coming out of college, all the people in their early 30s, the biggest thing to them is to make a difference in the world.
Yeah.
A job with no purpose is a job not worth having.
Exactly. Totally agree with you, man. And put yourself in my shoes. Now you're in the aviation business. That's a sexy business with a lot of pizzazz, man. Jet fighter pilots, guys like you.
Yeah.
I'm recruiting in the insurance field, man. How the hell do you make that exciting? Well, how you do it is you communicate to people your purpose is building, growing, expanding, going into new markets. Insurance can actually be very exciting too, but it has to be properly communicated by the right person. And most insurance agencies do not do that.
Hey, look, my brother walked out of a job. He walked out of a really good 6-figure paying job to start a State Farm insurance agency about 3-4 years ago.
Is that right? Really?
Yeah. And it's like, and we talk about this, and a lot of his clients, he's outside of Raleigh, North Carolina, and a lot of his clients are Hispanics who don't speak English, people who are not wealthy, but still need to drive cars and still have homes.
Yeah.
And we talk about it. He's like, I make a difference in their lives.
Oh, absolutely.
Because I go to, if you know my brother, he, like, unbelievable. He give you the shirt off his back.
Really?
He will bend over backwards to help someone who speaks no English get the right insurance at the right price so that they can drive to work every day legally and not have to worry about, legally. You talk about insurance. You got to have, you want to drive a car in North Carolina, you got to have insurance, right? And he's like, hey, look, a lot of them, because they don't understand it, they can't figure it out, whatever else, they won't have insurance. So they're illegal. Yeah. And he's like, hey, look, half of my clients don't speak English, but my purpose is to help them to build it. He looks at it as my purpose is helping them build a community.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. So you think about insurance, you think about aviation. We're the guys that repair jet engines. Well, those are the same jet engines your mom and your dad and your wife and your sister fly on, right? You want to make sure they're safe. That's our purpose.
Geez, you better be hiring good people there, Craig.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Because that's on you,
There's that's
yeah.
But those,
so there you go, man. You got to pay people, you got to respect them, and you got to be transparent with them.
I think it comes down to the 3 things that you need to do to get the quality people in your business that will help it grow. Yeah. Transparency, respect, and purpose.
Yeah. And don't be afraid to pay the diva either,
Look, the diva who makes a lot of money I'm sorry, the diva who brings a lot of value
Yeah.
and makes the company a lot of money. Look, you give them a little bit of latitude. You pay them.
That's why I'm in the recruiting business, owning my own business now.
A-Rod.
No, the biggest diva had to have been Terrell Owens, right?
Oh my God, he's horrible.
Or what about the guy for the Bengals? He used to wear the jacket that said the Hall of Fame on the back.
Who was that?
Chad Johnson, remember him?
Oh yeah.
That's why sports is so great, man. I love it, man.
Yeah.
No, this is good stuff, man. No, I mean, it's all about, it's a tough market out there. There's no question about it. But if you approach it right, you can still find good people.
But these are the things that the companies need to be thinking about every day. They're and we'll finish up at this. I think they're all thinking about the wrong thing.
Yeah.
They all think about, diversity, equity, inclusion. Look, every company should be hiring a diverse workforce because that builds stronger teams. The equity and inclusion, that's just about respect, right?
Yeah,
everybody needs to feel included, but they all think about it like this. And you think about, hey, look, get excited about yourself as a company and prove to the world that you're an exciting company to work for. Treat your people with respect and give them the purpose. Have a mission statement. What is your purpose? It's really pretty simple.
No, you're right. I mean, I think that if you do these three things, you make your life a lot easier. I mean, why swim upstream when you don't have to?
Nope, I hear you.
Yeah.
And pick up the phone and call the person and tell them you love them.
Hey,
not email or not text, right?
Hey, by the way, that was a phenomenal blog you had on LinkedIn this past week. The one with the phone.
Yeah.
That was cool, man. I wasn't surprised because you've been showing that phone a lot.
The buttons. Push
the buttons on the phone, man.
Push the buttons. They're there. The buttons are on your phone. The buttons are on your phone for a reason.
Yeah.
So you can call people up and give them some love. Yeah. Email and text is for amateurs.
Exactly. No, you're right, man. Good.
How do people get a hold of you, Rob?
Rob at mrfairfax.com is my email. The website, www.mrfairfax.com. Call, email anytime, and appreciate you having me on the show, Craig. And you write some awesome blogs too. So everybody, Rob Houghton, look him up, follow him on LinkedIn. His blogs are awesome. So cool, man. Thanks for coming on. All right, Craig. Thank you, brother. I hope you enjoyed the latest edition of the Aerospace Executive Podcast. You can reach out to me directly, Craig at northstaresg.com, or check us out at www.northstaresg.com. You can subscribe to this podcast on iTunes, Stitcher, Podbean, or on YouTube. Just do a search for Aerospace Executive Podcast. Thanks again. I'm Craig Piven.